We're from Roosevelt. She's got it. I'm Val. This is Cameron. That's Miss Zacher over there. Hi. Give it up. Do you guys remember your 6th grade orientation here at Wilson? Yeah. It was in here. You guys sat, you guys talked, and then you guys left, and then maybe got a snack. I know you guys definitely got a cookie. On your guys' first day of school, I'm lost. Nobody knows anyone. Nobody knows where to go. Maybe you guys didn't know where to sit for lunch. What if you could change that? What if your first day here at Wilson was exciting? What if you got to meet some older kids while having some fun? Who likes having fun? Let's have some fun right now!
Pretty good at that. I think you guys are really smart, so that's pretty awesome. Alright, we are going to play something pretty awesome here, and it is called Gotcha. So here's what I need you to do. Everybody, raise the hand that is on this side of your body. This side. Like literally match me. This side of your body. Match me, like I'm here. Alright, match me. We're all matching me. This is difficult. Other hand, because we're matching me. There we go. Okay. Alright, so that hand, you are going to hold it out like this, like you are accepting a cookie. Alright. Fantastic. Your other hand. Hold on. I heard you're smart, so we got to use our brain. Your other hand, you are going to put the finger down in the hand of the person next to you. Yeah. You guys can actually totally fill in the aisles. So you should be holding somebody's finger, and your finger should be in somebody's hand. Alright, here's the rules of this. Are we ready? They're very simple. I am going to tell you a super exciting story. Every time I say the word go in my story, you are trying to catch the finger that is in your hand. But you are also trying to not let your finger get caught. So you're trying to catch, and you're trying to move your finger at the same time. Okay? And we're just going to play it until my story's done. Are we ready? Every time I say one word? Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. We're starting right now. So every single time I tell my story and say go, you gotta make sure that you move your finger because you don't want to go and you don't want to get caught. So every time I say go, you gotta make sure you're trying to catch that finger and move your finger. So go, 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 go. Alright, put it there because every time I keep telling the story, like if I'm walking down the road, I'm like, I'm gonna go to the store down here. Maybe I'm gonna go to Taco Bell. I don't know, maybe I'll go to 7-Eleven. But every time I say the word go, I'm trying to catch that finger. So go again to the next store. Alright, everybody, raise this hand again. Yeah! Pat yourself on the back, say great job. Alright, we got another fun game we're gonna play. You ready, girls? I need 10 volunteers. Quick round of applause for our volunteers. Quick round of applause. So here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to play a super fun game with a balloon. If you've ever watched a movie before, you've maybe seen them play because of a balloon. Here's the name. Alright, if you've ever watched a movie before, you've seen them play Keepy Uppy, that's the game, Keepy Uppy. So they're going to play Keepy Uppy, okay? And they're going to do the best they can, keeping these balloons up in the air, okay? So here's what we need. What's their goal again? Keep the balloon in the air. Alright, so when I say go, you guys are trying to keep all of the balloons in the air. All floor, unfortunately, we have to stop because then we'll hit the floor and we're trying to keep them in the air. Okay? All right, are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, we had a balloon hit the floor. Stop. Get back in your circle. Get back in your circle. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. They might not know what happened, but what did I do? I threw in some more balloons. I did. So they didn't know that that's what happened, but they were so focused on their job. I threw in some more balloons and made it a little bit harder on them. Okay? So, you know what? We're going to try something. I would really like you guys, since we weren't successful, and that's okay. That's okay we weren't successful. I want you guys to go give your balloon to somebody else. Go on. Give it up for our new group. Alright, so here's the thing. They're gonna try it. They're gonna try it. You guys gotta remember, what's the goal here? What's the goal? So keep them close up. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Questions here. More important questions. First group, we got our task. We tried really hard. I made it slightly harder by adding some balloons. And then I told you to go give your balloon to somebody else. And then was the second group successful?
Yes, sir.
No. The second group also struggled. But, I think there was a lot. Were there 11 people up there by chance? Okay, so 11 people tried it the first time, struggled. They all gave their balloon to somebody else, and then they all sat down and expected the second group of 11 people to do better than they did. Doesn't it happen sometimes though? Don't you guys struggle with something and then maybe you just think you're gonna pass it off to somebody else and maybe they'll do better? You don't think so? Maybe some of us do? Here's the thing. 11 of you guys came up here, you tried to be successful, we had a really hard time because what I did was I made it harder and harder on you. And I'm pretty sure that happens in school sometimes, right? Sometimes that happens in your life. You got a bunch of stuff going on, and then more stuff happens. And then more stuff happens. And then you get more busy. And then more stuff happens. And it's really easy to pass those things on to somebody else and just wipe your hands clean. What if that first group of 11 students stayed up here with the second group of 11 students? Did I ever tell you that you had to take a seat? It did not. I told you to go give your balloon to somebody else. Never told you how to sit back down. Okay? So, what you guys have to understand is a lot of times in school, instead of just pushing problems onto somebody else, maybe you could be there to help support them. Maybe you could be there for that friend. Maybe that person that you're talking to, maybe that person doesn't have anybody else that they could look to, and maybe you could be that person. Okay? So, right now, my girls are going to come back up here, because Val and Cameron are doing such a great job. They're going to come back up here, and they're going to keep talking to you guys. But, I just wanted you guys to know, you guys can make a real big difference in people's lives, if you wanted to. Okay? If you wanted to. So they're going to keep going, and they're going to keep being awesome, because we got some more stuff to say.
Great job. Now, why are we here? Roosevelt High School has something called Link Crew. It's for 11th and 12th graders. We run the 9th grade orientation. They get groups of 8 to 10 freshmen. We are a very fun and supportive group, and we have a very diverse group of leaders. Wilson, you are getting web. What is web? Fill out the Google form when you get back to your classroom. Be the change. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day.
Seventh graders already approached me about wanting to be peer mentors next year. So we are going to replace that peer mentor program with the web program. So if that was something that you were interested in, that's a leadership role. This is an even greater leadership role that we're going to ask many of you to participate in. So you're probably wondering, how do I sign up to be a web leader? All right, well, when you go back to class, your teachers are going to have you go into Google Classroom, in our SEL Google Classroom, and you're going to find a nomination form. So there's 3 ways that you could be selected to be a web leader for next year. One of those is by a self-nomination. So you can nominate yourself, okay? Another way could be another student nominates you, okay? Doesn't mean you have to, but if you're nominated by another student, we would come back to you and have a conversation. Or your teacher might nominate you, okay? Could even be one of your 6th grade teachers, okay? A teacher nominates you, you nominate yourself, or a fellow classmate nominates you. So there's 3 ways you could be identified to be a web leader, okay? So if this sounds like something you'd like to be a part of, if you were previously aspiring to be a peer mentor, or you were aspiring to be in peer-to-peer for next year, then this definitely is something that you want to pursue. Ms. Stewart, did you want to add anything to that?
The only thing that's currently right now in the SEL classroom is the application to be a leader. So the nomination form is not in there. If you want to nominate a friend, you could probably just write their name down and why you think they'd be such a great leader and give it off to one of us, and we will give them an application.
So for you to apply, you're already going to be able to do that today when you go back to class, okay? If you want to nominate a friend, couldn't they just do the same form with somebody else's name?
Sure.
Put your name, put who you want to nominate, fill out the same form, okay? And then you can submit it that way as well. All right. Any questions on how you sign up? Something I want you to remember before you sign up. At the end of this school year, we'll have something called a play date, where all of our selected web leaders will come together for an afternoon during the school day, so you'll be excused from your daily, expectations. We will have a play day where we learn how to do all these different activities that we're going to be using towards our 6th graders for next year. So you'll have a play day, and then you have to commit to 2 days of training in the summer, where you'll come into the school and you'll receive some training on how to be a web leader. Okay, so it's a 2.5-day commitment that you have to make sure that you are willing to do, okay? You have to attend those in order to be a web leader, okay? Any questions? Vince?
There's a specific kid I want to do it with. He's going to all be in 6th grade.
So you won't have a specific kid per se. You'll have a group of 8 to 10 kids. That student may fall into your group, but may not, okay? Any other questions, Robert?
So, is there anything else that you have to do, like attendance? So you have to have a good attendance?
So we want that's a good question. We want a diverse group of students. Some of you have already demonstrated leadership qualities. Some of you haven't tapped into them yet, but we know they exist in you, okay? So we're not looking for any particular person. We're not looking for necessarily the straight A student who's got, is in every club and athletic program. That's great, and you're definitely a contender, but we want a diverse group of students. We want students that are going to really be able to connect with every student that comes in this building as a 6th grader. So we want a diverse group. So you may not have the best grades, but that's okay. You have other leadership qualities in you that we want to tap into. Ms. Slod, do you want to add to that?
No, I just know that I had a lot of you guys last year, and I already see the leadership qualities in you, and I really hope that you guys sign up for this. You get to work with the 3 of us up here and learning how to do all these fun activities. It's going to be a blast, and I really hope to see you guys signing up. I'd love to have you part of our team.
So I will say there's about 250 current 7th graders, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 270. And we are only gonna take 70 to 75 of you, okay? Don't be discouraged by that, like I said. We want a nice variety of students, okay? So if you are interested, I think many of you, like Ms. Lobb said, are leaders in this room. Make sure when you go back to class that you sign yourself up, okay? The sooner you sign up, the better your chances of being selected are, okay?
And I also have I do like sleep.
All right, just to add to all of that, so obviously I'm one of the teachers at Roosevelt at the high school that runs Link Crew at the high school. One of the things we really love is we love having students apply that are just from all sorts of backgrounds and interests. And what I mean by that is you guys, like, hopefully you understand you're not all the same exact person, right? So some of you have different interests than other people. And what we want is we want all of those 6th graders who are coming in, who have those different interests, we want them to know that there's other people like that, you know? So like, if you're like, oh, well, I'm not like the typical leadership person, that's okay. That's totally fine, because maybe you're gonna get that 6th grader who also kind of feels a little weird and feels a little different, and maybe you can show them that it's okay. So you don't have to be the typical leader person to be in WEP or even in Link Crew when you get to the high school, because we want everybody to feel welcome. So the more people that we have, the more interest that we have, the better it is for your incoming 6th graders to feel like they can make that connection with somebody.
Does anybody have a question? 5 PBIS points to get this right. Does anybody know what WEP stands for? Nice, where everyone belongs. All right, so that couldn't be more accurate. We want a diverse group of students to represent our WEP leaders. All right, so just a quick survey, show of hands. How many of you think you might be interested in being a WEP leader? All right, you guys are awesome.